Hello guys, welcome to the ThriveBros. This is a self-improvement channel of two bros trying to improve themselves. My name is Tymek,
My name is Bartek.
and today's topic will be time management, which is one of the most important topic once you are getting more into the self-improvement journey. When you don't have the time management skill like I used to, most of the day looks like you go to school, you come back, you play some games, maybe you read a book. This doesn't happen often. You don't learn because you don't want to, you don't have the need to. Maybe you learn because you have to for school. But most of the time you just come back, waste your time, don't go out with your friends, don't go to the gym, don't meet new people. You just stay at your home and waste your time. At least that's how it looked for me. Like eighth grade or first grade of high school, I just wouldn't do anything apart from like learning at school. Like I wouldn't go to the gym. I wouldn't play soccer with my friends. I would just play games like half of the day, and that's so unproductive. And yeah, I'm glad I just got over it, and now I'm on the journey to finally do something in my life. Yeah. So how was it for you, Bartek?
It was very similar to your story. So I remember when I was in primary school, I used to, in primary school you have less classes basically. So I would finish at 1:30, and it was always that I would hang out with my friends near a shop that was near the school. So we would just go there, buy some stuff, I don't know, an ice cream or something, and just hang around there. And I remember I used to skip this hanging out with them, and would just go to my house, which was like 10 minutes away on feet, and I used to go by bike a lot of times, so it was more like 3 minutes. And I would literally sprint my way through school, get ready to leave the school and go home and play video games. That was very very weird of me. I was very I had a I mean I would say I had a social anxiety. It wasn't I don't remember these times that well, so I can't say 100%, but I'd say that.
Okay, so that's why you should actually get things done and make some time management skills, because if you don't have those, you just waste your time, you aren't getting anything done. It's hard to improve if you don't have those, because you just waste a lot of your time sitting on your phone playing games and stuff. Like if you have a person with great management skills and a person without them are so different. Like the person with them gets so much more work done, learns so much more, reads more, meets out with friends more, has great contacts with their family. Like there are so many different things about those two people. So yeah, like this is one of the crucial things to get done early. Okay.
Basically, try to imagine that instead of coming back from school or from your work, and instead of sitting and playing video games for the rest of the day, you work on your business for 2 hours, then you read a book for for 1 hour, then you go to the gym for 2 hours. You are insanely more productive in the second scenario.
And that's kind of why timetables at school actually work. Because people, after they finish school and go to work, say that, oh my god, like school was so much better. Like teenagers don't understand how good school was. And the issue they don't understand is that work doesn't have like a timetable most of the time, and school does. And this timetable at school like helps you actually focus because you don't have like 10 hours of, I don't know, maths at one day. You have it split. You know, every hour like is different. It gives you some time for a break to eat, like. And if you go to work, you don't have it specified. You just don't know what to do. Sometimes you have like an hour of in your work not doing anything productive because you just don't know what to do. And that's why people sometimes feel like work is worse than school. It's just because you're doing work wrong.
Yeah, that's I have a funny story with that. It's kind of an anecdote. So basically, my mom is a teacher. She works at a primary school, and if she's working and I want to call her or I want something from her, I can never get to her because she's so busy. She's either having a class or she's like
Like taking
she's
care of
yeah,
the
she's taking
children.
care
Yeah.
of the children. And on the other hand, my dad, when he's at work, I can call him anytime he's at work and he will pick up the phone literally every time. And yeah, we used to make fun with my mom that basically he's just sitting around.
Yeah, I mean that's why like the timetable just fills up your work. You don't have that much free time, and I'd say this is good. You're getting more work done.
Yeah, imagine you come to school and you don't have it wrote down. You don't have like 8 a.m. math, 9 a.m. I don't know, geography. You come to school and the teacher says to you, "Yeah, so learn now," and and you're just, but what do I have to learn? And she's, "Yeah, learn. You will have a test like month from now." It would be just so wild if it happened.
Yeah, like yeah, just here you go, have a book. But what topics should I learn? Pick something up. Yeah, so like having a timetable, like we said, is a real lifesaver. And as we said, not having one can waste your time. That's like the easiest thing you can come up with. However, you also learn and work less than you should because you don't have this time specified. So you're like, I'm going to learn now, and you like learn for 15 minutes or half an hour. You don't really look at the time, so it feels like you've learned for a really long time. However, if you specify it, like you work from 4 a.m. to 5 p.m., 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., then you actually have this hour of actual learning.
And I'd say when you don't specify the time, you are less productive because you are constantly looking at the clock, constantly like, when you have specified the time, you set the timer for 1 hour, you don't need to look at the clock, you don't need to do anything, just focus for this 1 hour on studying. And you
Yeah,
don't have
exactly,
that,
like
if you don't specify the time.
you don't have to worry about the time because once the alarm goes off, you just finish. Like maybe read out to the last chapter, like finish the chapter or something like that. But yeah, there's no issue to be like anxious about the time. And about the productivity, you also may like miss some tasks. Maybe like your mother asks you to take out the trash, and you'll be like, "Yeah, I'll do it later." However, you don't have it like set up. You just do something in between. You don't have like break times because your break is like every time. Like always have free time. You aren't doing anything important like work. You just are most likely to forget about the task. Like still play video games. Like there are days where I, for example, would like play video games. My mom would ask me of something, and I would play for another 3 hours without like looking at the time, and then do the things she asked me to do, and someone already has done it because it took me so long. However, if you have like an actual schedule, then you're like, yeah, I'll just finish work and do it. Like I have 10 minutes of a break or like 15 minutes depending on how you set it up. There's you don't skip these things.
Also, lack of schedule, lack of time management skills leads to increase stress because you're basically failing to manage your time effectively, and it often results in feeling overwhelmed and stressed with the task you have to do due to missed deadlines, I'd say, an unfinished task. I used to do this all the time. Basically, when I was in high school, there was a test coming. I used to just postpone studying for it until it was too late and it was time of the test.
Yeah, I mean, I've got something similar, and it's like I don't really check on the tests. I don't really look out for those tests in the school. And it's like the day before when you know it will come, or like you go to school and the friends are like, "Were you studying for the test?" You get so stressed because you didn't set up the time. There are many things that you just forget to do, or maybe you like it's 9 p.m. You're almost finishing everything you have to do and will go to bed soon, and you check what is for tomorrow. Like, do you have some homework? Are there going to be tests? And you see that there are like two tests, one short test, 3 pages of homework, and you get so stressed because you didn't set up those things. There are many tasks for you which are at the same time, and it simply overwhelms you. However, if you had a schedule for like actually studying time, school time, you just wouldn't have those problems because you would do them sooner and wouldn't get so stressed over it.
Okay, I'd add one more thing here, and it's the thing that probably most of people not think about, and I'd say it's strained relationships because constantly being late or being unable to prioritize commitments can strain your relationship with your friends, with your colleagues, and most importantly family members, as you mentioned that when your mom asks you to do something and you postpone it, you just make her upset basically.
Yeah, and it's like you just come home and sit on your phone and like yeah, your dad is one room over from you. Like why not come and talk to him? You're just going to sit on your phone, scroll through TikTok for 2 hours, then come play with your friends for 4 hours, then like eat your meal at 10 p.m., which isn't healthy, and go to sleep. Like your relationships, especially with your family, are just getting so neglected because you don't have a time for them. You just don't think of it. Like most of the time, you feel like, yeah, I have good relationships with my family, but you don't even spend time with them. So how is it even a good relationship?
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, so just to sum it up a little bit, let's point out the things we mentioned. So there was increased stress,
Procrastination,
increased
yeah,
stress,
like
decreased productivity,
procrastination, which
lower
is like,
lower quality work, right?
yeah.
And strained relationships.
Okay, so I would also add to that people who don't have a schedule multitask a lot. So, for example, I would like try having some time with my friends and study, and that doesn't work almost any time because you're like, yeah, you're trying to learn, but after that, you're also trying to spend time with your friends, and it's like doing those two things, you learn almost nothing, and spending the time with your friends feels worse because you're actually trying to study. They maybe aren't trying to study as much as you. And it's like, for example, an hour or an hour and a half of you just trying to do something, and it doesn't amount to nothing. Like, yeah,
So it's the lower quality work, right?
yeah,
Basically, where you waste time. If you study with your friends for 2 hours, you would be better off with studying alone, probably with studying alone for 1 hour and then hanging out with them for another hour.
yeah. I mean, maybe if all of you are concentrated on studying, then you can get some work done. However, most of the time it's like two people trying to study and like four trying to just hang out, and it's like, yeah, you're not getting anything done with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so how to actually manage your time? That is like the most important point. So start by making a schedule. Like that's the most simple thing. However, there are like two things to make your schedule, which is to divide your day into like tasks to of, for example, gym, school, work, maybe like family time, meeting your friends, learning, reading books, something like that. So just split your day into those things. For example, like reading for an hour, family time for an hour, meeting your friends for like 3 hours or something like that. And allocate time to those things. So for example, like I said, meeting your friends for 3 hours, maybe 2 hours. Like check those things, because maybe you actually, like when you go out with friends, you go out for like 3, 4, 5 hours. However, your schedule doesn't necessarily may allow it to be, like maybe you have just 2 hours of free time and you have to work after that. So yeah, like you have to really look through every important thing you have in your day, not to like waste your time on so if you need to get work done, then don't go out with your friends for as long, because there are as important things as meeting out with them.
Okay, so essentially, you have to plan tomorrow today. Because when you do so, you don't, you don't, wait, let me rephrase that. So when you plan tomorrow today, you have clear head. You know what you want to accomplish tomorrow, and you don't change it when you wake up, because you may wake up feeling a little bit off, but you already set some tasks to accomplish and you just go for them and you don't change anything.
Yeah, and also I'd say like to like not kind of be wary of, but keep in mind tasks people ask of you. So as I've said before, maybe your mom asks you to take out the trash, but you're like half an hour into studying and you have another hour or another half an hour. So you can do two things: either throw throw out the trash now or throw it out later. And the thing is that you shouldn't make a break halfway through, because you're probably going to come back, not remember anything as clear. You can do it after, when you actually have some free time. Maybe tell her that you can't really do it now because you're studying. Like she will understand that. And some of those tasks can be longer, like going out shopping or something like that. And you can say no to them, like if they actually make your schedule worse, because like I said, they stop your studying time, working time, they interrupt you during something important, then they can wait. Like you, maybe someone else can do them. Like that's not a big issue.
It's like, I'd say you're right, but also you can make it better yourself. So instead of just telling them that you will do it later, try to tell them before you start studying that you will be studying now for 2 hours and just please don't interrupt me. I will do everything you want me to do after I finish.
Yeah.
And also
Okay.
learn to say no to not important tasks. For example, your friend asks you to do something and it's just not important right now. You can really do it later. Just do it later or say no. No, you gotta prioritize tasks that align with your goals and values.
Yeah. And as we've mentioned, make breaks. Like after you finish studying, have some like 15-minute leeway time so that if your parents ask you of something, you can do them. You can do that. If your studying gets a bit longer, that's not a problem. Because if you stick up to like every minute, like you're maybe 3/4 through studying, you have some study to get done, and your time has finished and you should start work now, this will like really get you kind of anxious. However, if you have this like free time, if there are some slip ups, if you need to get something done, there is no issue. Like your schedule is like uh, you can change it, you know, if you need to. Okay, so yeah, uh, I kind of lost myself here, but yeah, apart from breaks, one thing you should always do is like to minimize distractions. So for example, when you're working, put your phone away for like a really long distance so you don't have it by yourself. So you don't just sit on your phone, scroll through TikTok, maybe look on YouTube. Like when you are sitting with your friends, keep your phone like turned off. When you're studying, this still doesn't help you much. So just keep those distractions away. Maybe not listen to music while you're working, maybe not listen to music while you're studying, because those things can kind of interrupt you depending on the person. So just have a clear goal, clear head, clear mind, and a clear task at hand to do one thing and one thing only.
Yeah, I used to really do that a lot. I wanted to just sit down and do the work, and I would check my phone real quick, check emails, check if somebody DM'd me, and you're not getting the work done because you're so distracted.
Yeah, like every interruption just makes you start from the very start.
Beginning.
Like maybe, yeah, like you maybe just read a one chapter of a book, and then you just get on your phone and you kind of forget everything you just read.
Another
And
helpful step is to break tasks into smaller steps. So if you have a large task to do, don't do it like in one sitting because it might overwhelm you. Try to divide them into like manageable chunks and make them less overwhelming and easier to take. When you have to study for a big test, don't just study before like the day before the test. Try to break it down for a week before and study more effectively.
yeah, and also one thing I think many people forget is to review your schedule, because your schedule isn't going to be correct or really effective every time. Maybe you have some more time right uh, earlier or later. So, for example, this video is made on like almost 8 a.m. Like it will be 8 a.m. in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, we started
However,
at 7.
yeah, and like we used to do videos at like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. And there would be an issue because I would like finish school, maybe hang out with my friends for some time, then go to the gym, and I would almost always be late. However, I'm like going to school later, so I have a lot of free time like right now. So why not make a video right now? Like yeah, it's just so easy if you think things through. if you have the time, the ability like to wake up earlier, like it's still sunny outside, so yeah, there's not really an issue here. It makes everything so much more manageable if you review your schedule. Like there are things to be changed if there is a need to, like if things collide with each other.
So you prioritized your tasks.
Yeah, like work is much more important to do than like not more important than gym, but if those two things like collide, it just doesn't work that well.
Okay, so because I don't have nothing to add, I would just sum up it if you're good.
Okay, like I've got one thing that, and that's I've already discussed it, but like adapt if there's a need. So if you have some free time and you need to go out somewhere, if the next task isn't as important or can be done shorter. So for example, if you go to the gym and you mostly spend like 2 hours in there, sometimes you can get the gym done faster. Like you can do it in half an hour, not half an hour, 1.5 hour, maybe an hour if you're really fast. Like if you are going out, then maybe you can like skip cardio or something because you're still going to have the walk done. So there, if there is a need to, you can omit some things.
The point is that you shouldn't obsess over it. You're not a robot. You won't be able to follow your schedule 100% of the time, every day, 24/7. You should strive to that. Basically, what your schedule look like is how your ideal day is supposed to look like. So if you were to write how your ideal day looks like, this is your schedule. And obviously you won't be able to follow it every day because some random things happen. You might have to go to do the groceries randomly. You might need to pick up somebody from the airport, for example. Like things happen, so don't obsess if you can't follow it all the time. And that's it.
Yeah, yeah, like maybe your school has like you finish school at different times. Like you're not going to have every day simply the same, but having it similar and going in the same direction is mostly enough.
Also, you will have blocks in your schedule that are less important than the others, and you really can skip them sometimes for sake of hanging out with your friends for some social event. They are really skippable, and since social events tend to happen later, it's really important to schedule your most important tasks uh, early in the day, as we do today, as you mentioned.
Yeah, we kind of discussed it at the morning routine. Like that's why the morning is the most important because you are doing most social stuff, maybe like studying, reading, at the evening, like later on. So you need to have things already done.
Yeah, so you can make room for other events that can happen.
Okay,
Okay, so let's
so
sum it up. Sorry to interrupt
yeah,
you. So you should
yes,
plan your day.
okay, you tell.
Thank you. Okay, so you should plan your day, create a clear schedule, limit distractions, turn off notifications on your phone, put it in the other room, learn to say no to people, and also try to notify people you live with that you won't be able to do something now. Break tasks into smaller steps and set clear goals. And and what else? Because you added something.
Yeah, like to review your schedule, to like look for improvements in it in there if there is a need, and like to adapt to situations that happen. Like as you said, maybe you need to take a relative from the airport or something like that. So yeah,
Okay, so the conclusion is that overall poor time management can significantly impact both your professional life, I'd say, and personal life because of various aspects. And in case to improve your time management skills, you should review and adjust regularly, as you said.
Yeah, okay. And by the way, as this video is coming to an end, we wanted to uh, tell you about a challenge we are going to do because we wanted to do like a journaling video. However, I haven't done it that much, and Bartek, from what I know, does it sometimes, but not all the
Yeah, it's
times.
like
So it's like,
when I have something to think through, something really big, I journal, but I stop doing it every day.
yeah. So we came up that to do like a challenge, you could say. So for the next month, we're going to try to journal every day. Like I'm going to learn it from the beginning. I don't know everything about it. And then we are going to make a video discussing it. If it's really that worth it, if it really helped, does it change much, and how does it exactly look? Like I think it will be a cool concept because, like I've said, I don't know anything of it, and Bartek knows does it sometimes. So this will really show you how it changes things.
Okay, so stay alive like a student and see you next Friday.
See ya.